Hi everyone, my name is Tommy and I'm the delivery captain for the Seattle Boat Company, and welcome to the brand new R Series by Cobalt. Today I want to go through the boat with you so you get an operator's look at the boat, how everything works, where everything is located, so you can be ready to hit the water. Starting on the outside of the boat here, you have several different ports coming through the boat, which are your vents and your drains. So vents for the ballast tanks, drains for your bilge pumps. Also you have vents for the fuel tank. Nice graphic scheme on the side of the boat. You have your nice cleats, your fender clips on the side of the boat, as well as your horn. Moving back, fuel fill located here on the starboard side. What makes the surf boat so unique is surf gate and the forward drive from Barletta. So the surf gate will help shape the wave on one side of the boat or the other, and then the forward drive allows you to have your stern drive performance and maneuverability, as well as keeping your riders behind the boat safe because that propeller is actually facing forward. On the port side of the boat, again, you have these nice cleats. The ones on the back side of the boat are pull-up cleats so your rope doesn't get caught in them. And then you have your water tank fill right here. At the very back of the boat, your flip-down swim step. This boat does have the powered flip step option. If you just have the standard flip step, your little pin to lower it will be on the starboard side. The powered version has a pin, a manual override, right here. Now let's go ahead and jump into the boat and check everything out inside. So here we are in the transom of the R8 Surf. Starting at the very back, depending upon your sound options, you'll have the transom stereo remote right here. Ski pylon receptacle, which is stored forward, so you can tow water skiers and inner tubers from right here. A little rumble seat that you can pull up, just so you have a different seating position back here. You also have your transom speakers, depending upon your stereo option back here as well. Flip down swim step. This one is the powered flip down swim step, and you have the buttons to operate that right here. So pushing down will make the swim platform deploy down into the water, and then pushing up will bring it all the way back up. Make sure the swim step is all the way up before you get underway. You don't want that swim platform down when you're running the boat. As we walk into the boat, you do have storage under here if this is a non-Surf Series boat. Here in the R8 Surf, there's a ballast tank under here. Moving forward in the boat, engine compartment access. You have a little handle right here. Lift up on that and open up the engine compartment. Your ballast tanks here in the Surf Series, your Barletta power unit. In front of that, you have your ballast intakes and drains as well as your pumps. You also have a water pump in here for the sink compartment in the head if you have that option. Dual batteries in the boat, also optional halon system, your transducer which tells you how deep it is. Big, nice open engine compartment, plenty of room to work on, but also just nicely laid out. On top of the motor box here, you have your flip-flop back seat, so you can pull this forward and aft depending upon how you want to sit in the boat, make it really comfortable for you and your friends. Starboard side right here, you have a cooler. This has the soft cooler option. There is a hard cooler option as well. Port side right over here underneath this seat cushion. You have your battery switch located right back here. Fire extinguisher. You also have an optional air compressor in here. The stainless steel leg in there, that's for your table, which fits right here. And then forward of the garbage can is your ski pylon that screws into the back. Located in the gunnels by the cup holders, you have USB outlets as well and charging ports for your devices. Your observer seat on the port side does flip back and forth depending upon how you want to sit in the boat. And underneath you have some storage depending upon your sound options. This boat has the Platinum sound system, so this is where the second subwoofer is located. Midship in-floor storage. Again, this being a surf boat, most of this compartment is actually taken up by a ballast tank, but there still is a little bit of room in there to throw some items. You have another in-floor storage ahead of that. Now, regardless if you have a surf boat or a non-series or a non-surf boat, excuse me, this is actually a nice big open storage compartment. In here is where you can put your tent poles, your bimini support poles, as well as the flag pole. On the port side, your head compartment right here. Electric porcelain toilet, which can be flushed with the black button right there. You also have a sink option in this boat. On the back bulkhead is your tank monitor to tell you how full the holding tank is. Little glove box right above the door here. Couple shelves right here. You also have a charging port right here for some devices. The observer seat also does flip up, so you can sit a little bit higher if needed. Your rear view mirror if optioned. It has two little knobs on it. This one you'll just pull out. The mirror will lock in the up position. Same thing for the down position. Lock up and down, and the other knob will allow you to adjust the actual mirror face itself. Walk through window. Does lock in the open position. Just pull the little pin out and close the window. And then it locks into place with these turn and lock latches right here. Walk through door. This kind of will keep the wind out of the cockpit area when you guys are underway. Just lock it into place like that. Moving forward, big nice storage area underneath the helm. Stereo equipment, including your amplifiers in there. Also, if you have the optional table, it will be stored typically in the case right under here. More storage as you flip up the seats here. Bow cushion also removes. In the very front, if your boat is optioned with it, is your windlass. If you don't have the windlass option, this is just another storage area. You can operate the windlass here, which is the preferred area, up and down, and also at the helm. Make sure your safety lanyard is attached to your anchor when it's all the way up, just in case the windlass were to fail. This way the anchor is not going to deploy overboard and damage the boat. The last storage area is right here up in the bow. Again, if you have a non-Surf Series model, this will be nice and open. Here in the Surf Series boat, this is taken up by a ballast tank. So up here in the bow, if you have a pump out either porta potty or electric porcelain toilet, this is the pump out area right here. Lift up the tab, give this a little turn to the left, unscrew it, and then you're gonna make sure that this cap doesn't fall in the water because it doesn't have a safety lanyard on there, because it needs to create a vacuum in order to pump out or suck out the waste from the holding tank. When you're all done, just put this back in. Now let's step back here and take a look at the glass cockpit. So here at the glass cockpit, your kind of default view that you'll probably see most of the time, depending upon how you want it set up, will be your navigation map on the port screen and then your gauges on the starboard screen. What's really nice is it's easily laid out. You can zoom in or out so you can see exactly where you are. Going to the home button on the port screen brings up your menu with your different options. These are like your preset defaults. Anchoring brings up a different view. Nav chart brings up a nav chart view. Cruising brings up a default cruising mode, and then wake surf will bring up your wake surf mode. What's nice about these screens as well is you can actually select and actually auto guide the route where you want to go. Say you want to go up to an area up here, just press the screen, hit auto guidance, and then the system will automatically determine a safe route for you to go. Now again, the boat's not going to drive itself, but this is just a suggested line to kind of get you to where you want to go. You hit start navigation, and then it will kind of adjust from there. If you want to stop the navigation, come over here to the little red button, and if you want to save the route, you can save it if that's a preferred route you go all the time. Over on the starboard screen, has all your engine and gauge functions here. Voltage for your batteries, an odometer to tell you how far the boat's gone, RPM, outdrive percentage, so it tells you if the outdrive is up or down, so 0% means down, 100% means it's up. Speed of the boat, again, a battery voltage, engine temperature, oil pressure, and fuel level. Hitting the home button on the starboard screen kind of brings you to a custom look that has the R8 logo in the middle. Your gauge is kind of on the side. Swiping on the right side to the left brings up your either favorite view, and you can program this to be certain views you want to see. A smart mode, which brings up those modes again. Different combos you can create, different charts you want to see. And this is where you can go in and select your lighting control, as well as if you have a camera option on the boat. The quick and easy way to get back to your default view is hit the home button, swipe right, hit smart mode, and go to cruising. This will bring you back to your default view. Say, for example, you guys want to go surfing. Go to the home screen, swipe from the right. You can either go to smart mode and hit surfing, or you can go to gauges and hit surf control. Either one will take you to the same menu. Here in the surfing menu, it's going to show you GPS speed, your trim percentage, your fuel level, all your ballast tank controls. You can fill them or empty them. If you want to stop the tank at a certain level, whatever position you have the switch in, say for example I have the starboard tank and fill, if I hit fill one more time, it will automatically stop the pump. When the tanks reach all the way full, it will automatically stop the pumps. Same thing for emptying the tanks. When they get completely empty, they will automatically turn off. Performance mode, hoist trailer mode, surf left and surf right. Surf left and surf right, these are the buttons you're going to use most often when you're surfing. Depending upon if you want to surf on the left or right side of the boat, you'll press that button. It'll blink, telling you the system is getting ready. Once it's solid, you're ready to go. Performance mode is a unique option that will help get the boat up on plane when it's completely full of ballast. Hoist trailer button, that's kind of a quick and easy button to put everything away, empty your ballast tanks, put your surf gates away, and get ready to take the boat out of the water on a lift, back into its slip, or put back onto a trailer. Once you're all done surfing, you want to go back to your default view. You can either go here to the R8 screen, or you can go to that smart mode by swiping and hit cruising and go back to your default view. If your boat has a lighting control system, say you have the RGB interior lights or underwater lights in the boat, going to SC lighting control. So again, that was the home button, swiping from the right, hitting one helm and gauges, and then hit SC lighting. This menu will bring up all your lighting controls. So you can actually custom select what colors you want and where in the boat. You can, for example, select white, red, green, all off, just a quick color. You can get them to rotate through the colors, dim them, kind of just a random selection of color, fade in and out of blue and white, or if you have your music playing, it'll go to the sound of the music. You can configure them and program them and kind of play around. You could also come up and select a different color for just the tower, for example. So kind of unique, something you can play around with. Again, that was from swiping, one helm, and SC lighting control. Moving right below the gauges to our switches on the bottom here, our horn button located on the left, bilge blower, which we want to make sure we run before starting the engine. Manual controls for your bilge pumps. Keep in mind these are on float switches, so they'll automatically turn on if needed. Logo light, optional on the boat, but it'll light up the R8 in this particular boat logo on the transom of the boat. Optional docking light switch here for your docking lights off the front. In order to have your RGB lights in the interior and your underwater lights on and working with the SC controller, you do need to have these buttons on here at the helm. These cockpit lights are just some white ambient lights that shine down on the floor. Your anchor light button, you need to have this on if you are anchored out in the evening time. And your navigation lights. This will turn on your red and green light at the bow of the boat, as well as your white light on top. The check surf system light will illuminate if there's an issue with the surf system. Just contact us at Seattle Boat and we can come out and take a look at the boat for you. Moving down is your radio control. Press the source button to turn it on. It'll take just a second to turn on. Once it's on, it will go back to whatever source of music you were listening to last. Everything for Bluetooth is done via your phone for connection. All you need to do is turn the system on, go onto your phone into your settings and find Bluetooth, and it will pop up in your Bluetooth area as Rockford PMX. So Rockford is the head unit that's in most of the boats. If you want to change your source of music, press the source button. Brings up your source tiles, and then you can kind of scroll through whatever source of music you want to listen to. Volume adjustment, up and down right here. You see where it says all volume? That's basically just adjusting all the zones in this boat together. Now if I wanted to press and hold the button in, I can then go to Cockpit to adjust the cockpit volume, the tower volume individually, the transom volume individually, and then the bow volume individually. So it gives you control over every single zone. If you have subwoofers in the boat, you control the subwoofer intensity right here. Next track, previous track, play or pause the music, and then you could have a quick access to one of your zones if you want to play a different type of music in that zone. Pressing the menu button will take you back to the main screen. Pressing and holding the menu button will allow you to go into the audio settings, play with the balance and fader if need be, and control your aux inputs if needed, as well as your equalizer, and if you want to change the default equalizer button, they're the presets for that. Turning off the stereo, just press and hold the source button just for a second or so. Ignition key, keep in mind the Cobalt ignition keys go in upside down. Your tilt steering wheel, so you push in the little trigger on the bottom to make it tilt up and down. And then just on the right side of the steering wheel, if your boat is the surf model, this is where your cruise control is located. You'll just hit the on button for miles per hour, and then you can actually change your desired set speed. So right here it says set to, and this is your current speed. So you can go plus or minus to change your set speed of the boat. And if you want to turn it off, just go back and hit off. Very, very simple operation. Wireless charger up here if you have that option. Right below that is your Volvo Penta readout screen. That screen displays all the gauge functions we had on the Garmin Glass Cockpit screen, but just in an area down and out of the way. If you want to have something displayed all the time, you can cycle left or right on your buttons here to have whatever information you want displayed. Your throttle, located right here, electronic shift and throttle. On the bottom side, just lift up on the little safety, and it'll allow you to move the throttle either forward or into reverse. As you push the throttle further forward, the more throttle it's actually going to go, or giving it, so it's going to go a little bit faster. Same thing for reverse. Manual trim, up and down here. Neutral button here. This is something typically used by a technician when he's working on the boat, servicing it, getting it up to temperature. Keep in mind, you'll hear a single beep, and it'll also display on the Volvo Penta screen if neutral only is activated. If you then go put the boat into forward, it's not going to go anywhere. So just in case somebody's on the boat and they maybe like to press a lot in buttons, you're going to want to make sure that that is disengaged, or if you have an issue, just make sure that is in the deactivated mode so you can actually go forward or in reverse. On the back side of the throttle, there are a couple buttons. There's a trim assist, a cruise, a tow, a minus, and a plus. This trim assist button is really nice when you're just cruising around in the boat. It's going to allow the outdrive to adjust automatically so you get the correct running position of the boat. When you are surfing, make sure that button is turned off, or else it will interfere with the surf system. This cruise button has activated this minus and plus button here, and you can actually, instead of using the throttle to change the boat speed, you can use this plus and minus, either plus to go faster or minus to go slower, and you'll just push that repeatedly. It's just changing the boat RPMs by about 50 RPM increments. The tow function, it's a software upgrade for the Volvo Penta. It allows a different type of cruise control than here on the throttle or on the screen itself if you have the surf model. Your safety lanyard, located on the bottom side of the throttle. If you're out by yourself in the boat and it's rough water, make sure you put this on your person. If you ever were to fall over in the boat or fall overboard, this will pull out and it will shut down the engine so the boat just doesn't keep driving. Below that, some other options. Windlass control right here. This is a power helm seat control if you have that option, so you can go forward and aft and up and down with the seat as well. If you have the electric folding tower, this is where you can turn on that power in order to operate that switch. Automatic fire extinguisher for the engine compartment monitor, and then you do have some aux inputs right above your speaker right there as well. Folding down your electric arch in the new R Series Cobalt is really easy. Your arch power switch, make sure you turn that on up the helm. Then underneath right here, you have your up and down switch for the tower. Just press the down button. That'll have the tower go down. You need a little bit more clearance when the tower's all the way down for the bimini top. You can release the little support stanchions in the back right here on both sides, And that'll lower the bimini down to be in line with it and create better garage clearance or lift canopy clearance if needed. To raise it back up, just press the up button, and it'll go all the way up and it will latch into place when it's all the way up. Deploying your bimini on your new R Series, either surf or non-surf boat, if you have the tower option, is really nice and simple. Your bimini boot, which encapsulates all the canvas for the bimini top, you first want to remove that. So there's a nice zipper. You're just going to unzip the boot. You can store this off to the side somewhere. Then just unravel the canvas. Once you've unraveled the canvas, you're going to take the top bar of the bimini and deploy it forward. So just grab the front part of it and push it forward. You can then grab it, pull it down the rest of the way, like so. And then to hold it into place, it will kind of retract on its own just a little bit. You're going to grab your front stanchion bimini poles that are usually stored in your ski locker. You're going to grab the flat end, and the flat end is going to go right up here where this knob is. Just going to line everything up and screw it in like that. And then you want to pull this down and put your little round foot into the holding receptacle right here, and it will latch into place automatically. To release this, the little square on the bottom is your release, so push it away from where this is inserted, so push it down, and then pull down on the main frame of the bimini, and it will just come out like so. Having the bimini nice and secure into place, these rods are double threaded, so you can actually tighten this into place to really hold the bimini down. And then you have some Velcro little pieces to secure the bimini around the main frame. Putting this away is just the opposite. So you're going to remove your stanchions, undo your Velcro, fold it to the back side, ravel it up over itself a couple times, and then go ahead and zip that boot on. You can go full speed with it all the way closed. You don't want to go for prolonged full speed rides with it open, but short bursts should be okay. Thanks for coming along and taking a tour of the brand new R Series surf boat with me today. Keep in mind some of the things you see on this boat might be options on the boat that you're on. If you have any questions, please ask myself or your sales representative or anybody at Seattle Boat. We're more than happy to clarify anything, explain stuff further in detail, or maybe just come out and show you. Have a great day. Take care.